Today's video is brought to you by Magic Candle Company. The best smelling candles and fragrances and air fresheners that you'll ever need. And they have wonderful smells that would just take you right to the magic. What's up, YouTube? Today I'm here to talk about one of my favorite animes of all time, and that is One Piece. And not particularly just One Piece, but also I'm going to throw a little Star Wars in there for you too. If you already noticed from the thumbnail. We are here to talk about Haki versus The Force. Now, why am I talking Haki versus The Force? Well, I have a theory, and I've been asking myself this question. And if you guys know me for a while, I don't sleep very much because I'm up all night thinking. My mind just goes. So I was thinking long and hard about this. I wanted to know if emergent Haki could stop a lightsaber. And it got me thinking a lot about stuff and emergent Haki. And now we have new information within the manga itself about how emergent Haki with Conqueror's Haki and everything works. And it got me thinking about the Force and this and that. And I have a whole spiel I'm going to get to later about that. If you don't know what One Piece is a Japanese manga about pirates that have special abilities such as Haki, and they also have these magical fruits that they eat that allows the user a special ability, but takes away the ability for them to be able to swim. And if you don't know what Star Wars is a story that takes place in a far away galaxy about good versus evil. And if you don't know what Haki is basically a ability that combines your willpower into energy that you can use to use observation, be able to have like a spidey sense in a way. Observation Haki is basically spidey sense. Also, if you adapt to it more frequently, you can actually see into the future. And emergent Haki is basically creating a shield around your body. Conqueror's Haki is basically just being a conqueror. It's using your willpower to overpower people with a lower willpower, if you will. There's also other forms of it, but I'm not getting into that because today we're talking about emergent Haki. And if you know what the Force is the ability of midichlorians, your energy in your body and everything in the universe that creates this power of the Force. Make sure you like button, hit that subscribe button, and ring that bell so you don't miss the video, because I post a video every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. Let's get into it. Before we get into today's video, quick word from our sponsor, Magic Candle Company. As you guys know, I love Magic Candle Company, and the smells are so great. And now I smell like the Polynesian. Let's get into it. Do you ever miss the wonderful smells of the Disney parks? Don't worry. We all do. I mean, that's why I have Magic Candle Company. My wife loves these products. From their candles, to the air fresheners, to the essential oils, even the room sprays, which she uses as perfume. Yeah, she really does. I use the air fresheners in the car. Smells like Tower of Terror. My favorite is Splash, which reminds me of Splash Mountain. There's tons of these smells. It really reminds you of the happiest place on earth, the place that you love to be, and I love to be. The essential oils are great too. My wife says she even puts it on the toilet paper to make the bathroom smell nice. I never knew. I smelled the bathroom, smells nice. I never knew what she did, but now we know. Port Orleans has a subtle jasmine violet and a Gardenia with lemon zest and vanilla. It really smells like Port Orleans. You go walk through it, that's what you smell. The Polynesian. This is the Polynesian candle. Sunlit palms, calypso citrus, wild hibiscus, teakwood island fruit, warm musk, and white sands. This is hand sanitizer called Pineapple Whip. Yes, it smells like Dole Whip. I wish I had a Dole Whip right now. It's kind of self-explanatory about what that is. We also have the Floridian. This is a Floridian room spray. Green clover and aloe notes of watery green floral jasmine, lily of the valley, and cedar trimmings. That's what I want to smell when I go to the Grand Floridian. So there you go. You can bring the Grand Floridian right back to your home. And Splash. Like I said, Splash is my favorite. It smells like Splash Mountain, which is my favorite ride, if you didn't know that. Damp air and bromine water, which is what you smell when you're on that ride, especially when you get soaking wet and you gotta smell that all day. I love it. I don't know about you, but to each his own. And villains. I have little essential oil of villains right here. And villain smells like scorched bark, fresh cedar pine wood, smoky vetiver, damp earth, and oak moss. Like, these are just great smells. You just, like I said, you buy Magic Kennel Company products, you smell like the parks. You smell like the resorts. They even have Universal Studios ones. So if you're not such a Disney fan and you prefer Universal Parks smells, they have those too. So go to MagicKennelCompany.com. Check out this website. You got a ton of stuff you can buy. And if you use my coupon code, which is World of Johnny, I will save you 15% off. So go check it out. Get these overall smells. And pick my wife. And use the room sprays as perfume. Now it's my Port Orleans. Let's get back to the video. So before we get into today's video, let's take a quick word from our sponsor, Raze Energy Drink. So it got me thinking a lot because, Haki, Armored Haki specifically, can block a Logia user. A Logia user is someone who ate the devil fruit of a Logia, which basically is an element: fire, magma, ice, snow, plasma. I haven't seen plasma yet. We've seen light, but not plasma. But I'll get to that in a second. And in order to block that power, you have to use Haki. And use Armor Haki by basically creating a shield around your body. And with that shield, it's shown in the manga and the anime as, turning your skin black. I don't think that's actually what happens. I think it's just a visual for us, the viewer, to know what's going on and how they're using it. So, when you create that shield, you can then block an attack from a little user. If you don't, they can hit you. And you can also touch them. We've seen early on in the story, you go to punch a little user, you go right through them, and they, turn the body into the element, and you can't hit them. If you use armor haki around your fist, you could then make contact with them, because it almost acts like it's never really explained on how it actually works and why they can, make contact with a little user, but they can. So we see, they're making contact with little users, and, armor haki itself, especially when, Luffy fights Kaido, we see him use armor haki mixed with Conqueror's haki and basically creates a force field around his haki, and when him and Kaido clash, they don't even touch. Their connection does not make contact. And you see the lightning bolts come off and, lots of contact. That got me thinking about the Force. But I'll get to that in a moment. Let's go back a few seconds here, because I'm getting ahead of myself. So, in order to create that force field around you, you have to, conjure up all of your willpower and push it out as Vero, like Vero, however he says it. Basically coating your armor haki with Conqueror's haki and creating that force field around you. It's very similar to how the Force is. You conjure up your midichlorians in your body and use the midichlorians all around nature to create that force field, so you can do like the force push, or you can pull stuff towards you. A little different than haki. I mean, in sense, partially similar. So, if you were to punch me out of the Force, I could then just put my hand up and stop that fist from coming. Almost like creating a force field in my body. Very similar to armor haki, creating a force field around your body. Doesn't necessarily, make... I don't think Darth Vader would be able to punch a Logia user. But, using the Force, he might be able to push him out of the way or choke him. I don't know. That's an interesting question. Either way, if Luffy were to fight Darth Vader, what would happen? Would Luffy be able to block the lightsaber? I think if Luffy didn't have armor haki, lightsaber would obviously cut him right down. Yes, he's made of rubber, but plasma definitely could destroy rubber. But haki, armor haki specifically, it's not mentioned if it's just the element or the devil fruit itself. But what if armor haki could protect you in general? Obviously, it creates a shield. And, if I throw a book at you, why did I say a book? Anyway, if I throw a book at you and you put your arm up on haki, yeah, it's gonna hit like a, brick wall. You're not gonna feel it. It's gonna be like a shield. So, if you're hit by fire, you could potentially block your, body, with the armor haki, protect yourself. Plasma is an element. If there's a Logia devil fruit of a plasma user and he used his powers against someone and they blocked with haki, if there was a devil fruit plasma user and they used the plasma powers against another opponent who then used armor haki to block it, it would potentially block that power, or I would be able to hit you without getting affected by your plasma. If a lightsaber is made of plasma, then you would think the armor haki definitely should be able to stop it. Because in all the way out, well, here's the other thing though. If the armor haki could actually potentially stop the plasma of the lightsaber, Okay, fair enough. But the other thing is that we see in One Piece and with Star Wars is your willpower or your force levels. Like, Luffy has a very strong willpower, so his armor haki would definitely be more powerful than another opponent's. If you have two haki users clashing with the haki, you see the lightning bolts and everything popping off. Obviously, the stronger haki user is going to win. If basically like pushing each other against it, you're going the stronger haki user is going to push you out of the way. If you crash fist in the air, you're going to get that moment where it's like, go back and forth. Obviously, Luffy, who has more willpower, isn't going to push you out of the way. Very similar to, Harry Potter, when Harry versus Voldemort, and you see the two wands connecting in midair. Obviously, Harry has a lot more power. Not necessarily power, but, that willpower, that love, that ability to be able to push Voldemort back. Same thing in Star Wars. Force. Obviously, if you're, two people pushing each other against with the Force, the stronger Force user is going to be able to push you back. And we have seen similar things like that where two users are using the Force against each other, trying to pull a lightsaber towards one or the other, or trying to push each other back, and the stronger one will win. So, the question here is Luffy's willpower stronger than Darth Vader's Force? Who do you think would win in the fight? Darth Vader's going to come out the lightsaber, smack it down. Obviously, using the lightsaber itself does conjure up using Force. So, him by hitting Luffy's own haki, Luffy's got to have a lot of willpower to be able to hold back that lightsaber. Of course, I feel like Luffy would probably win in the end. It may not be, Darth Vader may have ridiculously strong Force. But in the end, Luffy's going to do some crazy rubber maneuver and hit Darth Vader in the back of the helmet, and he's not going to know what the hell hit him. He's going to be like, yo, what is this? I'm used to, one-on-one, lightsaber fights. Give Zoro 3 lightsabers. I'll fight him instead of you. You're just bonkers. Anyway, I'm going to Redbull here. But yes, my thoughts are Arm and Haki could potentially match up to the Force in the same levels of, your willpower versus the midichlorian levels in your body or whatever, maybe, the Force could potentially be willpower as well. If you have that willpower to become a Jedi, so your Force and Haki are very similar. So you could potentially use those, go back and forth with each other. So yes, I feel like if a lightsaber were to be struck against a person in One Piece universe and they use armor haki, they could potentially block it. Unless that person's haki is much stronger or that Force is much stronger than that person's willpower to be able to do it. When Luffy first used how to use armor haki and he went to go fight, if he went to fight Kaido or even Darth Vader, that power wouldn't have been as strong and he would not be able to win or block it. But since plasma is actual an element and Logia users are elements and we see that, Haki can block elements, I think it would work. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. Comment down below your thoughts. Who do you think would win in the fight between Luffy and Darth Vader? Do you think Haki and the Force, can coincide like that? And also, if you gave Zoro 3 lightsabers to fight with, how badass would that be? Definitely let me know in the comments down below. Check out my merch shelf down below. And go check out my Patreon page in the link down below, where I got tons of extra content and videos just for you for signing up. And I got merch coming just for you. So go check that out. I can use all the support. Thank you so much. And before I go to the end screen where I show you another video that you need to watch, make sure you hit that like button. And that subscribe button. Subscribe button. And ring that bell so you don't miss another video. Why? Because I post a video every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. Just for you. See ya. So what's up? Now I'm up in the little corner here. You guys see me? Yes, you do. Like I said, check out my Patreon. You can click Leo's face down there or go in the description down below. And before you go, check out that video over here. See you guys next time.